A cool
So
what?
when I am thinking about doing it, when I'm thinking about getting tattoos, I don't have anything that's like meaningful. It's not going to be like so and so meaningful because of this or that person or nothing like that. I just want it to be beautiful artwork, and I want it to be some unique art.
Yeah, I mean, they are artists.
That's it.
You just, go in and be like, yo, draw some type shit,
right?
And I'll get it.
I would shop for an artist, not like a design or a style. Or
what if it's like a donkey with like an umbrella up its ass? You getting that?
They're like, this is all I can do.
Like, this is the coolest thing I've ever drawn.
This is pretty much all I can draw.
I've been waiting to put this on somebody, and you're like...
This is pretty much all I can draw, dude.
Crackers?
Oh, yeah, dude.
I'm going to hit... Oh, yeah. I guess we should pop first. Molly. We should do an episode where we do drugs, like Molly.
Oh, yeah?
That'd be tight.
Drugs, huh?
Just to document it. We can put them out on paywall. That's what I'm saying. I want to start doing like
drugs.
No, no. But I wanted to start doing shit like also too on the podcast. Like, I don't know.
Like reading letters that people write us.
Who's writing us?
Nobody.
Do we have a P.O. box for our company? We need to get an LLC.
Yeah, we do.
Fuckers.
We need to get a P.O. box, and we need to start getting people to send us stuff.
Welcome back, friends, to another episode of your favorite show. It's Thanksgiving week.
There is nothing to repeat.
Bro, I thought that was a fart at first. Because I was talking and I heard, and I thought you just were like,
riffing?
And then I heard the voice and I was like, what is she bitching about?
You must have activated her with your...
God damn, just welcome back to the show and she wants to start talking. This is not Alexa's podcast, it's UltraWisdom's podcast. Order 10,000 paper towels. Bye.
If you can ask me to recommend a podcast.
No, shut it. Back to your cage.
Yeah, that's not an Alexa. It's an actual person that is caged.
Yeah, and talks like a animation VR robot.
I am the voice of TikTok and Siri and Alexa.
Cortana.
And Cortana.
But yeah, it's Thanksgiving week. Welcome back, friends. Happy Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving week for us. I don't know when it's going to be for these people.
It's fucking gonna be... This episode is going to be out next week, and if it's not, edit the whole thing out. Just take the whole thing out.
I mean, dude.
Make it happen.
You think this is...
You can't put this episode out next Monday? 1 week? You're not even working this week.
Hey, man, don't tell people what I'm doing this week.
Fuck you for $12.50 an hour.
You know what I'm saying?
I pay you good money to make these episodes.
No, I'm thinking about flipping burgers.
Go work at Ensu Boca every night for a couple hours.
Dude,
Do some chorizo.
Queso? Queso y habanero?
Turn the damn battery thing off before...
Queso y habanero?
Queso and habanero, no. All right, cool. Thanksgiving week.
I mean,
Turkey week. I mean, do you not feel like it is? I don't know. I always feel like it's a little bit of a different energy when there's a big holiday and during like a week. Like the vibe feels different out in like I spend a lot of time out in the public. The vibe always feels different. You notice like during holiday weeks, people talk to people more randomly. Like out of nowhere. Like no one would ever pay any attention to a guy putting gas into a ground. But out of nowhere, someone would be like, hey man, how you doing today, brother? You're doing a hell of a job. Thank you for what you do. And you're like, oh, thanks. And you're like, oh, it is Thanksgiving.
Everybody's feeling grateful.
Fake pilgrims.
Everybody's feeling grateful.
Hashtag fake
for
pilgrims. Yeah, everyone's grateful for a week and nice. I had a lady one time give me during COVID, when we were in the thick of it, during Thanksgiving, give me a bottle of hand sanitizer and a water. She was like, thanks for working on Thanksgiving. Like, here you go. And it was like a random stranger outside. She went into the store and bought hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
I said, dude, I would have much preferred the chicken wings and taquitos with the Dr. Pepper, but I'll take the hand sanitizer and water.
What we can say about Thanksgiving is next year we should make an episode where we hand out turkeys.
Okay.
How much are turkeys? Give me a ballpark price of a turkey. Go.
I would say $30 to $40.
Holy hell, that's an expensive turkey.
Well, they're like...
I'm talking about poor man's turkey, a little small boy. I'm not talking about wanting to feed a family of 12. I'm talking about a normal turkey.
You want to go give out a little boy turkey on the streets?
I guess not.
If you're like, hey, happy Thanksgiving, we're handing out free turkeys. Would you like one? They're like, yeah.
"This
And we
is
pull
a
out this one. We're like,
pigeon."
here you go.
They're like, this
They're
is
like,
a pigeon.
This damn quail.
That's a damn yard bird.
Damn. They overturned Roe v. Wade and they hand out babies on the street now. There's a lot of pepperoni on that pizza, boy. You seen the new Shaq commercials?
No.
It's him pretending to be. Do you remember when Eddie Murphy played the Clumps, and the Nutty
Is
Professor?
Shaq being all the clump people?
Yeah, but like, cause he's like the CEO of Papa John's now. So in the commercial, it's him as all the grandma, the grandpa, the dad, and everybody. And they're like, how about them inflations? Inflation's everyone broke now. Everyone, you can't get nothing for no monies no more. And Shaq's like, well, that's not gonna happen when I'm the CEO of Papa John's. Look at this pizza. And it's like the Shaq-a-roni. It's huge. And it's like,
just
damn,
layered.
a lot of damn cheese and pepperoni on that motherfucker. And he's like, yeah, no inflation up on here. Oh, goddamn. Dude, it's
Nice.
fucking great. I just
Nice.
remember that movie being, was that the Nutty Professor?
Yes.
Cletus, I'll take this fork and I'll stick it on the crack of your ass.
Dude, can you imagine sitting there?
Dude, Eddie Murphy. Can you imagine filming that?
It's so much fun probably, dude.
Oh, I would have been they would have fired me on set. Then I'm like, yo, Boom Man, you need to stop fucking
Boom my
laughing.
guy. You killed him.
There's no way I would have been able to have been on that set and watch him do that like in person. That shit, just watching it is just hilarious in general.
That was funny.
But
That
yeah,
scene-
it's the Shaq-a-Roni Papa John's commercial. You gotta watch that shit. It's like a minute long. They play it during every football game if you watch football. Which, it's another big Thanksgiving tradition. Football. We got 3 games Thursday.
Yeah.
Normally we have 1. We got 3 of them. Be pretty sick. I
like
love
it.
watching football on Thanksgiving.
Me too.
It's a good tradition.
I like to stay in the same chair for the 4 to 6 hours
Yeah.
and just
Slump.
eat and nap randomly.
It's a slump day.
Yeah, it's no schedule. You can eat 3 or 4 times. You can nap 3 or 4 times. It doesn't matter.
No,
The
there's
combination.
no rules on Thanksgiving. Are you a Macy's Day Parade guy on Thanksgiving?
Dude, I'll tell you my Thanksgiving routine every year.
Let's see. Here, hit me with the rundown.
So-
That's a lot of damn pepperoni on that pizza.
Dude,
boy.
and it's not a joke, dude. You wake up and you watch
Dude, we
the
don't tell
Thanksgiving
jokes on this
parade.
podcast. This is a serious podcast.
You don't.
If you fucking think that this Thanksgiving routine that he's about to give us is a joke, turn it off. It's not a joke. This is not a comedy podcast. This is a serious life podcast.
Dude, we're trying to wise you up.
I'm trying to fucking introduce some traditional American
Pastimes.
holiday routines on Thanksgiving, because maybe you're a foreigner and you don't know what it's like to do Thanksgiving in America on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, dude.
So hit us with the fucking routine.
Well, there's a lot of different cultures here in the United States, so just because one person does something on a holiday doesn't mean the same people.
But
do
maybe
the
those
other.
people want to hear what you do on your holiday.
right.
Let's hear it.
That's right. We
Start the day off with the Allens.
we wake up, we lasso 14 llamas.
Sick.
No, we don't do that.
I was going to say, where are we? The Middle East?
No, dude, we literally wake up. Don't matter where you are. You just watch the Thanksgiving Day parade. You
Pajamas?
drink some coffee. Yeah, you can wear whatever you want, man.
Wake
Like
up.
you said, no rules. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. Why'd you put the thing on my table?
Yeah. So slow it down. Wake up. You're like, yeah, we just wake up.
And then we're chilling, dude. But
What's the
this
best
is
thing?
so
What's the
this,
best
but that's a
Macy's
normal thing,
Day
right?
parade float.
I mean, I don't.
You don't pay attention.
I don't care about that.
You just engage in the activity. You don't.
I
actually,
engage in the activity.
But
I
you don't
like, I
actually pay
like to
attention
make
to
fun
it.
of the commentary. Okay.
They're like, oh, look at here he comes,
Yep.
Snoopy.
I also like to talk about how miserable it'd be. Except I was talking about going there this year and doing that because it'd be a cool thing, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, here
a lot of people.
We'll sidetrack. If you could pick to go to New York
Okay.
for either the Thanksgiving Macy's parade
Okay.
or New Year's Eve, which one would you do?
Am I taking my family?
I guess you can make it however you want. It's just you have to pick one
you're
or the
the
other.
one with the scenario.
Yeah, it's a trip. It's a normal
Am I
trip.
going with you or am I going with my kids?
You're going.
With my family?
Yeah.
Macy's. Gotta be.
Yeah. I would never go to New Year's Eve.
I would if it was like me and like the boys.
I would never.
I mean, I wouldn't. No, I don't want to.
I would
I'm
never.
just saying, like,
If it was like, here's a free trip to do this,
if some,
you probably got to do it.
yeah, free trip. Okay, that's what I'm saying. If it's a free trip, if
But
someone's
it's
like,
both free.
hey,
But it's both free. You have to pick one. Both is free.
yeah,
You only
Macy's
get one
ain't free.
free.
I'm
Right.
pick one. Yeah.
Agreed.
But if my boy's like, yo, I got a penthouse in New York overlooking Times Square for New Year's Eve, no charge to you, just get here,
That'd be kind of cool.
I'm gone.
That'd be kind of cool.
Going for sure.
Yeah,
You're
a
telling me
nice
you're not
place.
going to that?
But see, that's a rare in
Yeah,
New
I'm
York.
not going to New York to like go to like a bar and stand outside
And-
for 3.5 hours for a $200 cover to buy $80 drinks and get two of them. And
This
get stepped
room
on.
right here is a studio apartment, and 4 of you are staying in here.
No. I'm talking about like the penthouse suite, like
Right.
like Hangover when they get like this.
Yeah, balling.
Yeah, I'm saying I would then
This
think
is
I would
New
choose that.
York. That kind of style. Certain dreams are made of. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many people screaming the lyrics.
But
at
see,
us
I
right
think,
now.
and I also think that the higher you get, the higher you get on
More
the high
expensive it is.
rises.
Yeah.
Well, the farther away from the rats you are.
poor people live on the first floor,
Right.
Which is
You're on the
ironic
street.
because like in a normal place, the first floor is like the
Prime time.
Like yeah, because you want to be on the first floor.
Who wants to go up flights of stairs
But
or elevators?
when you're a baller and you live on the 90th floor of a building and your fucking place is
dreams are
$30,000 a
made of.
month, and you just like, can you imagine just overlooking that city in a fucking luxurious?
In my
penthouse
head,
suite
everything's
like that?
white. All the
Oh, in
furniture,
my
all the
head.
walls. It's like
Yeah.
white.
It's
and
like
everything is granite. White and granite.
You don't live there.
Yeah.
You don't live there. It's like a dream.
But the people that have that money, it's like
Yeah,
a
you
daily
have-
dream.
You have to do that with that money when you have that money, or else our government would eat it up.
Yep.
You gotta like, that's why like a lot of fucking super rich people buy art and have a bunch of properties. They just resell it and get their money back, or else it just gets eaten up by taxes, you know? Because you can write off like that shit. You know, oh, I learned this the other day. You know what the G-Wagon is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bins?
Yeah. And it's insanely expensive, and it's ugly as fuck. I think so, but it's like a sign of money.
Wealth.
Like if you have a G-Wagon, you're like, oh, the guy's balling. You know why rich people buy G-Wagons? Because it hits a certain weight restriction that allows you to write it off. Like something about that car hits a certain like weight, like as far as like how
can
much it
write it
weighs, and you can like write it off as like a luxury tax or something like that because it weighs X amount of like, it's a loophole thing.
So it's free.
Not free, but it's like if they just bought like a, what's another like a luxurious
McLaren.
like SUV like
Or, I
type
mean,
vehicle.
okay.
You know what I mean? Something like on that, because the G-Wagon's a big,
Right.
Like it's a big fucking vehicle.
You're like a Lamborghini SUV.
Yeah, I'm like blanking on like a fucking luxurious SUV, but like they have like Jags and Lexuses and stuff like that are like
Yeah.
just as nice and cost probably just as much, but the G-Wagons, because they weigh
That's
more
crazy.
than X amount of weight, and you can Google this and like figure it out later if you're watching or listening. Because it weighs more than this amount, it falls into a different category of vehicles, and because it's a different category of a vehicle compared to like a modern, like a everyday use or whatever, you don't have to like pay taxes on it or some shit like that. It's wild. Makes sense though.
Yeah.
Rich
I guess.
people know the loopholes.
Yeah, that's how
and
they do it.
That's why
how
they
do
have
it.
agents and money advisors. They're like, hey, instead of buying that
Yeah, once you have-
$170,000 like SUV, buy that $190,000 G-Wagon because the taxes on that are nothing, and the taxes on that are $15 a year.
Right, and that's the thing
And
too.
you're like-
Once you can afford a financial advisor,
You don't pay attention.
They hook you up.
You're not smart enough to manage that money unless that's all you do, because you have to know so much.
it's wild. Oh no, back to the tradition.
Oh yeah, dude, I went on a tangent there.
No, it's all
Sorry.
good. After Thanksgiving, this is where I think people cut ties with the tradition. They're like, okay, I can watch the Thanksgiving parade, right? It's like early enough to where
It's a good way to start the day.
you don't
Well,
have to watch the whole thing. You
well,
don't even
that's
have to
how we
watch the
were
beginning.
raised.
You know, you just kind of catch some
I
of
just
it.
always had it on the background.
Right,
You just put that on.
right. But then
So,
afterwards,
that's how you're starting the day. It's on.
then guess what? Afterwards, I think it's about 10 o'clock, maybe 11.
Get dressed.
No,
Sauce.
no.
What?
The dogs.
What about him?
The dog show.
Oh yeah, the Westminster, right?
Something like that.
Westminster Dog Show.
Yeah, some kind of.
I do fuck with that. That is pretty tight. I
It's
forgot
sick,
about
dog.
that. What's
Literally.
the best? What's the best group?
I've always had working dogs out of the working group.
Yeah,
I've always had those dogs.
them are the hounds.
And then, then my older brother, he was a Shih Tzu, so he was a toy. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be like Kaylee. She'd be like, "Oh, toy group, Shih Tzu. Look, it's like Ollie." And I'm like, "No, that dog's way better than Ollie. Way better.
Dude, he
That
like
dog's probably
actually
like worth
walks
like
and
20
runs.
grand."
Yeah, no, we were talking about this
Purebreds.
The other night, and someone knows someone, specifically French bulldogs are
Oh,
crazy
that's a hot
expensive.
commodity.
Like 20
Everyone-
grand.
Yeah. Are you purebred?
Yeah, I'm purebred.
Okay, purebred dog.
Yeah.
Me too.
What is it? Like the Kennel style. What is it?
Just pure. Just pure.
No, there's like a certain registry. It's like two different registries.
Like the AKC or something.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like the
American
AKC,
Kennel
and then there's
Club,
another one.
And then there's another one. I think it's just pure.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, purchase pure.
Yeah.
Code Ultra.
Next time you go to buy your next dog, make sure you just type in code Ultra. Make sure it's pure.
Yeah, but then they're like,
Use the UltraWisdom Pure identifier when you go buy your next dog.
and so someone was telling me about this because they purchased a purebred, and in the contract when you buy them, they're like, if they have this many genetic defects and they die from it, you can get another free dog.
Yeah. It's like buying a certified used vehicle.
It's like not supposed to be this way, and if it is, we'll replace it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think after like fucking so many purebreds of like, because it's like all bloodlines,
Well-
they eventually mix and that causes like bad
Well,
litters.
so yeah, and then so like in this instance, one of these things was happening to their
That's
dog.
why the Amish steal kids.
Why?
Because the Amish only fuck the Amish, and you eventually got to throw new blood into it. So they kidnap kids in random cities.
And use them to produce.
Well, they just add them to their like they're like, oh yeah, your family gave you
Throw 'em
up.
into
Like,
the
you
herd.
don't know who you like. We just took you in. You're one of us now.
That's why
They
that
go to
Harrison
like
Ford
poor
movie
white
was
trash
like that.
areas where like parents neglect their children, and you see just kids walking around on the street and shit, and they're like, oh hey, candy, chloroform.
Did you ever see the Harrison Ford movie about the Amish?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's like an 80s film, Harrison Ford. Back when he was doing all this like,
Indiana Jones, Oh.
He was like a cop. He's like-
RoboCop,
RoboCop.
Amish cop.
Amish cop. Yeah, Harrison Ford movie. Check it out. Amish. Type that in. Harrison Ford.
Harrison
Amish movie.
Ford Amish movie.
It's good.
It's literally fucking Tom Cruise.
I watched that
Jewish
movie in an airport when I got in before someone, their flight got delayed, so I sat there by myself and watched the movie in the terminal. I didn't like leave.
You don't know what the movie's
I
called?
just got right off the terminal, sat there. Huh?
You don't know what the movie's called?
No, I can't tell you off the top of my head.
Deep cuts. You gotta come back with them.
I-
That's where we're
I
like.
don't even wanna
That's
know.
where we're like when you go to and post to like edit this. You find the clip of the poster for the movie, and you go, "That'd be sick." Flash, edit that out.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so we've got Macy's Days Parade.
Yeah, and then the
I said Macy's, plural. She identifies as more than one person.
that's how you say it,
Westminster-
right? Macy's, like, it's possessive. It's her parade.
Yeah, it's my
It's not
parade.
the
and I'll
Macy
cry if I
Thanksgiving
want.
parade.
I like the Macy Day Parade.
What's wrong with that?
No, I like the Macy, not the Macy's.
What's the difference?
One causes your eyes to burn really bad. All right, so
I did it by myself. I'm not with my family. So then again, so like,
bullshit. I'm talking.
I'm not
Thanksgiving.
with them right now.
So we're talking solo, Zach.
Yeah, I'm not with them right now. This is all by myself. Now, I started it as a kid because we usually go out of town, so I'd be with them. We'd be in Georgia visiting my father's family.
Okay.
And we did that for a number of years. And now we kind of go back and forth. We'll go there, and sometimes we'll stay here. But if we
This
stay
year's
here,
Virginia.
yeah, well, yeah. And if we stay here, I just wake up in my own home, and then so after the dog show is when I'll head over there sometime in the afternoon.
Okay. And get there, and what's the next
Get there,
step of the day?
food's getting ready to be eaten.
Are you booze
Football's
guy on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, my go-to is Tito's and sweet tea.
On Thanksgiving?
On Thanksgiving, that's what I like to drink.
Wow.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
you're not a big
refreshing.
vodka guy.
No, I'm not.
I don't know. I can probably count the times on my hand I've seen you drink vodka.
So, and I think it just has to do with
All five are Thanksgiving,
sweet
baby.
tea goes good. Yeah, no, sweet tea goes good with that food, you know. And
Yeah.
beer is just too filling.
Yeah, like you don't want a water. Water's like to hydrate. Soda, not a big soda guy.
No, me neither.
I'll take a sip here and there, but not even with like drinking like liquor.
Right.
Beer, like you said, way too filling. But I'm a beer boy, so I'll be crushing them. And then eat a whole plate of food and be like, man, I don't feel good. Turkey probably undercooked. It wasn't those 18 Sam Adams. I was nah, I won't bet. That turkey probably won't.
Well, better do that every day.
That damn turkey won't. I don't want to go. I'm gonna get so drunk at Thanksgiving that I'm gonna be like, yeah, don't touch him down, boy. I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, that's an interesting. Huh.
Yeah, and so,
Sweet tea's
sometime in the
perfect for
afternoon, it
that.
depends on who's around. If there's kids around, you might go throw the football outside.
Yeah.
Take the dog, run around. We go for a walk.
Just like the parade and the dog show, football on.
Yeah, but no, like last year during Christmas, I was like, I wanted to tell everybody around me that I would not be participating in Christmas until like a week or two afterwards. I wanted
Because
to,
you were gonna buy.
yeah, you get everything on sale like after Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, why would I not just do that? And people are gonna be like, well, that's out of like bad spirit. But I'm like, well, who cares?
But why would I pay $30 extra for something where I can get to you 2 weeks from now and get it for $30 cheaper?
Right. And so this year,
Damn, I was like, hey, can we just move Christmas 2 weeks past its original date? That way I can just like save some money.
yeah, like, and we can just celebrate it a couple weeks later.
It's like, yeah, in this house we celebrate Christmas on January 10th.
Right. What's wrong with
Like,
that?
Nothing.
I thought it'd be cool. But anyway, so this year, instead of that, me and her, we had each other's presents, and I was like, yeah. So, yeah. We just went all
Christmas
in.
came early.
Yeah, dude.
So what are you going to get for Christmas?
Just a couple knickknacks, probably, hopefully some clothes. I mean, that's about it. Normal stuff. But yeah, so, so the new gen, so now I can see 4K.
Fuck.
I can see 4K.
It's a console fuck.
It's good.
Is it? Can you tell?
Oh yeah. But just anyway, like the graphics, like the gameplay, it's a little the servers were a little rough the first couple days, but I think they've kind of worked themselves out and it's cool, man. Damn. But yeah, so what I was gonna say about Warzone,
I haven't seen one in person.
What I was gonna say is that they have implemented what's called proximity chat.
Yeah, I saw an article about that, but I didn't read it.
So certain games have always had proximity chat,
When you
but
die,
not
you get
any
to hear
like
the person
big,
like,
huge AAA games, right?
AAA games?
That's like the top line. It's like multi-million-dollar studios making these games.
I always thought AAA was a roadside assistance.
That's also AAA, yeah.
Okay.
And so nobody's had this opportunity where everybody's doing it because they've had old games, and I've seen a clip where, let's say someone's walking around and they're like in this house, and they go to walk out of the house onto the road, and a car pulls up, someone else is driving it.
Yep.
And they're listening to Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake. It's like, boom, boom, boom.
So you can hear that now?
It's like, I'm bringing sexy back. Yep. Dun, dun. Yeah, and you can hear them when they come past you. And so, like, in this game, when you're walking around and you're talking to your team, and someone walks into your building, they're like, I hear them upstairs. You can hear them.
So is it a perk you have to use, or everyone has
everyone
prox
has
chat?
it.
So
if you're
if,
in the game
if I'm
chat
camping in a building upstairs
and someone walks in,
and there's a team outside walking around the building, and they're like, yeah, dude, I think this would be a good place to hide. I'm hearing them talk like that. What do you think about that?
so it's interesting. It's changed the game. First,
So should you
First
start giving
off-
out fake plays?
and that happens. So I'll tell you some stories. So first off, had me dying laughing, bro. Of
course.
Dying.
Of course.
Because everybody's like, I'm going to get you, boy. I'm coming after you. You're like, no.
What that mouth do?
No. They say shit like that. They say off the wall stuff that, I can't even say on the podcast.
So are we back to old Xbox servers?
Yeah, dude.
Because
Yeah.
you can't report live.
No.
And is that recorded?
And they can't, censor it because it's live.
You can't
It's
record it,
direct.
right?
No, I can record it.
If you're recording clips, you can hear the prox chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is...
You got me hype on box now, man.
Yeah, so
Fuck.
now when people fly in, so I was running around, I was collecting stuff far away from the squad, and someone flies in, and I'm like, yo, he's right here, he's flying, I'm about to wreck him. He's like, yo, don't kill me. I don't have a team. I'm a solo.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, you swear.
Oh,
So
no.
I come around, and so some people lie. They're like, yeah, we swear. Come down. I've been
Whole squad.
trashed.
They're like-
I've been trashed, right.
Pussy!
Right. But this kid was like, no, I swear, I come around the corner. I'm like, all right, look, accept my invite, because you can invite him to your team.
No shit.
Yeah. So one of our teammates
You'd
left.
be like, yo, squad
we had
up.
an extra slot.
Oh!
You can bring him in. We got a dub from him.
Allah Akbar!
Yeah, dude. Now with the prox chat,
So you try to find people to join the squad during the game?
right? And so in certain modes you can only have so many people,
My
but
brain's
certain
gonna
modes you can have like 6. But I'm thinking it doesn't matter if they can just join your squad. You could be like, yo, I just want to shoot you. So think about you could have like
Oh, 'cause
3
you can
teams
prox
of
chat
4.
and talk now.
If you had 12 people like holding down
Solos.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But then...
Or just if you had my team and your team, and that's 8 people. If anybody walks up on 8 people,
But what happens when it comes down to the last 2 teams?
then you're like, all right, if it's just us, you go in
Everyone
that
take
building,
50
we go in
paces
this belt-
east, and
yeah.
you take 50 paces
And it's
west.
like-
A 25 inning turnaround,
Good luck to you.
just blast them.
You know,
Damn, dude.
it's fun, dude. Like, I was
Video
like, that's
games
fun.
is a tight Thanksgiving tradition. Little box.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Yeah, I like a little Madden on Thanksgiving, dude.
Yeah, see, back in
I
the
love
day, like I
that.
said, when we used to go to Georgia, I'd take the Xbox.
Yeah.
So you play with the boys.
You gotta get some games in with the dogs. A little competition, a little one-on-one.
It's cool, man. And I'll say,
Sometimes it get heated, but like you still get after it.
I'll say when you upgrade to the like the optimized, like next gen PC level stuff, every game looks great.
Of course.
Every game is good.
Of course. You gotta you gotta continue to make a great product and in order to have people keep investing in it. You can't put next gen shit out and it's the same quality or worse.
I went
'cause
from
then-
like Gen 1 original shit
Yeah.
to the next one. Oh, dude.
Stoop.
Even in everything I've recorded, I'm like, I have to throw all that away.
Because it looks like dog shit. You're like, yo, what was this guy playing Roblox?
100%.
Wow.
All those sick
Jesus
clips.
Christ. Favorite side at Thanksgiving? What's
Sweet
the
potato casserole.
green bean casserole?
I know you always make that, and I always make
It's
sweet
my
potato
favorite.
casserole.
I love sweet potato casserole, but green bean casserole fucks hard.
Do you like the marshmallows on top?
Oh yeah,
I don't.
I like
I
it on
just like
top.
the hard.
You like the
pecans,
yeah,
and
with the brown sugar. Yeah,
crispy, crusty.
I like everyone's version of sweet potato casserole. I like everyone's version of the side at Thanksgiving.
I'm not
like-
a big marshmallow person now that I think about it, though, like at all.
I don't think that most adults are.
Yeah, but some people are like s'mores and shit.
Probably when they're camping.
Yeah, but even then, it's like hard for me to do it.
I think in the moment when in Rome, like, yeah, I'll eat one. Oh, at Thanksgiving, you put sweet potatoes in your sweet potato you put marshmallows in your sweet potato casserole? Yeah, I'll eat it.
So that's what you say when you go to the fishbowl parties back in the 70s, and they're like, "I'll take it home."
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Like both of us, you're like, "Sure."
Why not? Yeah, I'm just in the moment. Why not? Fuck it. If you want to put, I mean, because you go to like, when people cook food and come together, people do different things. What you may call this dish and they call the same dish, it's completely tastes different, and looks different, and I love it. I love when like
It's like
someone else makes something.
regional stuff too, like regional
course.
diets and like cuisine.
Yeah,
Definitely like
mayonnaise is a huge regional thing. There's a lot
what
of
is it? Just like a southern thing?
Yeah, it's a huge southern thing. I know a lot of like northeastern families don't fuck with mayonnaise. They don't fuck with it.
Well, it's like Vegemite. You ever had Vegemite?
I don't think so, but I know
I've
what
never had it,
is.
but like apparently it's gross.
Yeah,
But people
Vegemite.
eat it like all the time.
Yeah, I just love other people's food.
Yeah,
I love food.
yeah. So
So when someone's like, "Hey, we made this like good ass food. You want it?" I'm like, "Oh, it's got marshmallows on it." Nah, I'm like, "Yeah, I'll fucking crush it." I wouldn't have put the marshmallows on it, but I'll eat it because I know it's fucking gonna be delicious, and it's gonna be a little sweet for my taste. But
yeah,
Fuck yeah,
there's
dude.
someone in my family from she's like German, but she's been like in the southern United States for a number of years, and her food is awesome.
dude, of
Awesome.
course, people make
It's like
good
German
food.
southern cuisine.
Yeah.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah, people make good food. That's what smoked meats is. That's from German people. German
Smoking
people
things?
Smoked meats. That's why smoked meats is so famous and big in Texas and like in
You
Austin.
should get you a smoker, man.
I have a smoker.
You know, you had the electric smoker. I mean, like a pellet, like a Traeger.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot right now.
Dude, but I feel like if you got one, you could do everything on it.
Yeah, you could.
And that's what you would just do. Instead of putting things in the oven,
But smoking stuff takes a long time.
you'd be like, I want a chicken wing, so I cooked them for 3 hours.
I'm like, hey, I know I got home at 7 o'clock from work, but dinner should be ready at 2:30 in the morning. Hope you're not that hungry. It's gonna be great though.
That's when you get
Split chicken.
That's when you
It's gonna be awesome.
That's
what
when-
is that called?
Yeah.
Spackled
spackled chicken.
Spackled chicken. When they split it down the middle
Yep.
with the bone.
Peel the breastbone out.
But you can get those meter maids. I don't think that's the right word.
Well, it's like you can get a freaking smoker on an app. You can control it with an app.
You can plug the thermometers right into the meat and then check it on your app, and it'll tell you the internal temperatures. And just really just like everything has become so easy to do. Like A
Yeah.
guy that's been smoking meats for 6 months can
Yeah.
like produce top quality smoked meats, where it used to take like a guy that was like a pit master for 10 years to be like, this is the best brisket you're ever going to eat. And me and you, I promise
it's
you,
a
in,
recipe
like,
my great.
and
right.
I promise you, and me and you
Can make
in like
good
2
stuff.
months can make
Banging stuff.
the same shit.
With anything, really.
Yeah.
And because it
Because
just takes
technology.
time.
Well, technology is so available.
Yeah, you have the knowledge available.
You used to have
the information.
someone to like, show you the way. Now you can just be like,
YouTube.
how to smoke brisket like pitmaster. And then you buy the stuff. It'll tell you everything to buy and how to do it. And you do it and you're like, oh, the first time it was a little dry. The second time it was a little wet. Third time, it's perfect.
That's right.
And you're making like world-class fucking barbecue, literally like that. Whereas before, if you tried to do that, just without the ability just
Right.
to get on the internet, oh, you would make dog shit.
And dude, but see, and then this is where
So
I
is
look
that
at it like
cool
this.
or is it not cool?
Right, so this is where I look at it. Let's say,
Is craftsmanship dead?
regardless of craftsmanship, let's just
Or
talk
is that the
about
right
educating yourself.
Okay.
And so, like, there's a public education system. There are
That's called
state
school?
standards,
Yeah.
right? That, like, hey, you're dumb if you don't know this. Essentially, that's what they're trying to say.
Standard of learning.
Right. And you have to pass these classes
Yeah.
to be able to do this, GED, diploma,
Yeah.
to be able to do this, job, to be able to do this, university, secondary level education.
Qualified.
To be this, right.
Professionals.
Boom. So you're working your way up their standards, and you're up the ladder, right? What if you can do it all on your own? Why would I pay $30,000 a semester to go to college when I can look at their classes, look at the books they're reading, know all the information? If I had all the assessments, I could take the assessments, I could pass the tests, you know? And so then that's when it becomes like, oh, well, they're the only ones who give out those papers. So it doesn't matter if you're educated in it, you have to take their classes. But I'm looking at it as like a young child too, like, dude, K through 5 education, you can't teach your kid that shit? Of course you could.
Yeah.
Of course you could. It's the 50 states. And if they're learning that in 5th grade, they're smarter than the average 5th grader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so then you're like,
Great show.
dude, you telling me I can teach my kid off YouTube, off Google, off the internet?
Do you want your doctor learning off YouTube?
So I'm not talking about a doctor. I'm
Okay.
talking about the basic level, the standard,
Oh, I got you.
the minimum, the GED. I could give.
Yeah, but those people
so you're
getting
telling
like a
me-
GED
so-
aren't the ones going to do like
So let's say
qualified
this.
professional things.
So let's say a GED opens you up to what?
Probably just basic entry level work.
Okay, but do you have
But
to
you
be a
don't
certain
have
age?
to have it to work. I think 15 with the guidance counselor's permission.
So is the GED just to get you out of the school? So like, if you do this, then you don't have to be here anymore.
I don't think school is mandatory because people drop out all the time.
You don't have to go to school.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but then it's like you didn't graduate high school. We're not going to give you a job.
I think
So
that's an
what
old
the
way
GED
of
is.
like looking at things. I don't think it's like that anymore.
Okay, so you really don't even have to go to high school,
I don't think so.
but you're just going to be dumb.
No.
No, because you have YouTube.
Yeah.
Right. So then,
But I think it
what is
goes
the
to an
point?
extent.
Exactly. And so then,
Like, do you want your accountant to be like, oh, I dropped out of high school and I learned everything on YouTube? Or would you like your
yeah,
accountant
if
to
their
be...
portfolio shows me that they know what they're talking about.
Okay, yeah. If they're a fucking...
So, but this is what I'm saying. So, regardless, would you rather see an 18-year-old get a standard high school diploma, go to an in-state 4-year university, graduate in 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the average. Would you,
Track.
or would you rather see a 15-year-old kid already have his high school diploma, and by the time he's 19 years old, has a 4-year degree?
That would be sick as fuck, but that's not reality.
Why not?
Most kids have two parents that work and don't have someone at home that, one, can watch them because you can't leave a child by themselves at home.
So
What
what
they
if
have to go to a public school system where there has to be a structure and a guideline.
Let
Think
me
it out.
say
Think
let
it
me
out.
say that I am a kid in 2022. And I know, let's say I'm 10.
Okay.
And let's say I'm figured it out that the internet is where the information is. Because when I ask my parents and they don't know something, I see them look it up on Google.
Of course.
So then I cut the middleman out. Why would I ask my parents? They're just going to look it up on Google. I'll look it up on Google myself.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
So then I see, all right, if I'm smart enough, right, and if I'm trying to,
Well, that's a big if I'm smart if.
Right,
You got to be
because-
very
because-
careful with
right.
that because
right,
talked
because and that's
about-
what I'm saying. So then, am I being like more hopeful for the generation? But I just think there are children smart enough to recognize their surroundings, even so much so to where my parents are stupid.
I think that's always been the case.
Okay, so let's say that, and then they're like, "Why would I do all?" I'm like,
Yeah, but those people know that at an early age, and they don't take a traditional path.
right, but then that's what
They
I'm saying.
don't go
The
to-
non-traditional path
Yeah.
is going to be more lucrative. It's going to be more like enticing.
It is,
because-
but that's a rarity.
right. But I just feel like I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I'm hopeful for like the algorithms.
You're hopeful that like
putting-
maybe we could maybe not have so many children go down this road that is kind of dated and really not working, and maybe have another option to learn more from like
Their
the internet
resources.
and
Their resources.
their own type of like, well, yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying that one, you can't leave a kid at home by themselves. And two, most people in this country, let's say middle, lower class, can't afford to have someone, their
Okay, so how
10-year-old
about
at
this?
home.
Right. Okay. So then this, I'm just
So they have
let
to
me-
send their kid to school.
Let me play I'm the smartest kid and I know.
Yeah, you're
So
Steve
I
Jobs.
know, okay, I'm the smartest kid. I know
You're
that I
Jeff
can't stay at
Bezos.
home, right, because of the law.
The law. You
Right,
cannot stay. You can't leave a 10-year-old on. But
Right.
would you want to leave even the smartest 10-year-old at home by themselves?
Right, but let's say I'm the kid.
Yeah.
And let's say my
You're a
mom and
kid
dad.
genius.
Or let's say I'm a single mom.
Sure.
She works way too much.
She just works.
She's never
She
home.
provide.
She's never home.
She's got to work.
Right? And so that's why I have to go to school.
Yeah, you have to.
She can't afford a babysitter.
No.
But let's say I am a child with a freaking phone or a computer or
Yeah.
a pad, and I can figure out solutions to my
Yeah.
problems. Oh, I can't stay at home. Oh, because we don't have enough money. I can figure out a way to make $100 a month to pay for someone to come be my babysitter because I'm already a 10th grader.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm only 10 years old, I've already learned all the stuff. I've been doing it.
Yeah.
When I get home, I don't play Fortnite because I don't like being in this house. I don't like the situation I'm in. So I'm trying to get out of here.
I think you're also talking about like a very
rare
1% of like
Right.
a kid, like a Jeff Bezos,
Like an
Steve
Elon
Jobs,
Musk.
like Gary V and Elon. Like
Right.
I think you're talking. I think they exist, and I think those kids do figure it out, and they don't take a traditional path, and they make shit happen. And by the time they're 14, they're like, "Oh, I have a college degree, and I already have like a $20,000 startup."
Right.
Those people exist. They always have. They always will, and they're only becoming probably more and more prevalent now with technology. But the majority, and that's why that word is what it is, majority of 10-year-olds are like, gang, I want to watch Fortnite, bro.
Well, then, so again, because now this is like,
So I think the conversation we should be having is not about standard practices as far as getting a degree and going into like the normal trajectory situation that you're supposed to do. I think it's about parenting.
well, okay, we can get into that because then I saw an article that said that Gen Z had the highest percentage of their population still living at home past a certain age.
Is that
Like
us?
people moving back in. No, we're millennials.
Millennials, I always fuck
And
that
so
up.
this was like the newest ones that like are just graduating college now. They all move back home. It's like 80%.
Gen Z's after us.
It's
That's like
80
2000 or
yeah,
2020.
It's like they're
Yeah.
not getting a job. They're going back home. They're just like, all right, I'm done with my school now. I'll come back home, figure something out. And this is like the thing. And so maybe like this parenting model that we have where like, 18, you're still, 17, you're still a kid. You know,
Yeah.
You know, so then you ride it. I'm still a kid. Hey, look, I'm riding it. I'm having fun. I
Yeah.
don't have responsibilities, right? So we're allotting ourselves these opportunities, and I guess to like grow up. And,
Yeah.
But what if we were like, hey, you're 13 years old. It's time to stop being an idiot. What if we did it earlier?
But is that robbing a kid of their childhood?
Right, but then so now we have
Shouldn't-
secondary
shouldn't you
education.
would-
We have 4 years past
Shouldn't
18.
you be silly and funny and laughing and playing Call of Duty and like playing with your friends at 13?
I don't know the answer to that.
I mean,
I did that.
Yeah, I did too.
I don't know if it's right or wrong.
I don't think it's right or wrong. I think it's based on the situation.
But I'm thinking about like growth too. Like, who we are as people. Yeah. We could be better people.
I think
and
this,
it could be
I
a
think
cultural
this is the
revolution.
answer. I think if your 13-year-old comes to you and is like, hey, I don't really want to play games. I want to learn stuff. Or, hey, I think maybe like you should open the door and be like, hey, instead of playing that or hey, and doing that, don't you want to, like,
so here's a shout out.
I think it's identifying shit. Like, I think it's just like, but not something, but not
But
only
then fostering
identifying, but also presenting different, like as a parent, trying to maybe like open some more doors to things, not just the standard like kid that comes home from school and go play your Xbox. That way you're out of my fucking hair so I can do what I want to do. You know what I mean? I think it's a parenting issue. I think more people want, and again, it's not for everybody, but I think it's easier to have your 13-year-olds go play Xbox for 3-4 hours at night because they leave you alone, because then you could fucking go do whatever the fuck you're doing. Because if you're sitting with them and learning and showing them like the 13 constellations or like how the what the difference between micro and macroeconomics is, like, and just presenting them with different, you know what I'm just saying, like.
So then I'll say shout out.
I think if you make it fun in this, but I don't know.
Shout out
I don't have 13-year-olds.
Academy. Khan Academy. It's where adult education sends you to practice certification shit. So if they're like, hey, you need to be certified in this and you need this level of education because you have to pass these tests, go to Khan Academy. It's like academic stuff. Yeah. And it's free.
Yeah, no, that's sick.
And so then you show your 13-year-old that. I just see people skating by in life, and they start at an early age, baby, and it's getting earlier and earlier because they're smart. They're not idiots. They're young people. It doesn't matter if they're 9 to 14 years old. They're developing adults. They're 9 to 14. They're developing. They're definitely lying to you. They're definitely trying to get one over on you because they think they're smart. And that's good. It's a sign of intelligence. Yeah. And so I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
I just think if you push in a different way, we could be better people. Because then again, when it really gets down to, as an adult, you realize, like, man, there's a cog in a machine, and that's me. And there's many cogs, and I'm just a cog in the machine that I participate in. I willfully choose day in and day out to participate in the machine that is the structure that is our society. Yes. Right? And so technically, you realize as you get older and you get wiser that there are people that are not smart. They are not intelligent.
Well, just not,
they don't care
everyone's
to be,
different.
And they are being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
They think that when they get a $250 bonus, it's good.
But
and then they don't, and then they take off the next day. You know, like.
Yeah, I get that. But I mean, as a society and as a system, you need people to do those jobs that no one else wants to do.
Yeah.
You need someone to work at Wendy's for $10 an hour.
Yeah, but those are stepping stones.
Yeah, but.
And then you have people complaining in those positions. They're like, I can't take care of my kids. You're like, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to be there trying to take care of kids. That's not supposed to be
your final answer. You're supposed to continue. You're supposed to become the supervisor, then the manager, and then the regional manager, like, or whatever. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people that think that those jobs, just because they work them and they're not being compensated to be able to survive, that they should be compensated in order to survive. And like you just said, those aren't jobs that are supposed to be long-term jobs. You're not supposed to, and I'm just using flipping burgers as an example. There's a million other jobs, but you're not supposed to be a line cook at a Wendy's for 20 years. That's not a job that's designed to work and retire out of for 30 years or whatever.
That's why they call it walking up a corporate ladder.
That's why also fucking high school kids do that shit.
Right.
Because at $12.50 an hour in high school for 20 hours a week, you're like, okay, why not? It gives me some change to do some shit with. Like, you're not supposed to be like, hey, man, I got 2 kids. How am I supposed to feed my family off this wage?
You're not.
Hey, man, you're not supposed to. It's designed for, like, part-time work and, like, kind of side, like, people that need, like, a little extra money here and there and have some flexibility. And that's the issue. It's every job is not designed to live off of. It's not. But you also have to have people to do those jobs until those jobs eventually are automated or figure out a way to not have to be done by a person, which is like one of the first stepping stones in that case is the whole online ordering and mobile pickup. Mm-hmm. You can order your own food now online on the app, and you just walk into the store, and pick it up out of the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Just eliminated cashiers.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to do those jobs. Can you imagine collecting cash and telling people 416, here's your change for 10 hours a day for
No.
$9.50 an hour? That's fucking, no one should do that. That's
Yeah,
dog
well, so
shit.
and I
But
knew
guess
someone. I knew someone that
that sucks.
talked about the public education system, and their
It
phrase
definitely
that
needs to be
I always think
revamped.
about was it's a pipeline to prison, because they continuously set the bar lower and lower,
Yeah.
and there's a gap between basic civil laws
Yeah.
that when the bar is so low for a young adult at 18 years old, of course, when they turn 18 and they're from 18 to 25, they're figuring shit out off the cuff. Because
Yeah.
you didn't give them really anything. And then they get caught up with the law, of course.
Well, I'll say this. If you're 18 and you don't feel like that you've gotten a fair hand at life so far and you want to change your life and do something for the better, the military is a great option.
Speak for it.
It is a great option.
We might have
Not-
somebody come on here who's in the Marines, and I know you're in
Yeah.
the you
And
were
it's,
in the military.
and I'm not
so
saying that because I did it, because it wasn't for me. I did my time. I got out, and I was honorably discharged. But I will say this: if you feel like that you have not been given a fair chance at life, and kind of have like a short end of the stick, not going anywhere, and I'm not going to become or amount to anything because I'd never really learned or was taught anything, I'm telling you, although it is strict and it does have a lot of like guidelines and structure, it is something that if you really feel like you want to make something out of yourself and really develop and learn some like skills and traits and knowledge that will be able to like take you to that next level and not have to fight such a shitty, harsh corporate public bullshit ladder, it is a great option. And you can seriously in 20 years at 18 be 38 years old and retire from the military with a pension check and a full fucking
everything.
everything.
Well, that's where. So,
And
and
it'll
I'll just
take
say
you at
from the layman.
38, you've finished your first career. You will have the benefits like a motherfucker for the rest of your life. You will get a check every month for the rest of your life. And you have the credentials and certifications of
To do
whatever
anything.
you did and whatever you did in the military, because there's a million jobs just like the civilian world, to go right out into the civilian world and make six fucking figures. And at 38, you're fucking set. And we're
Yeah,
we're 30 and we're not
Right.
even set.
I know. No. I'm far from set. And that's where,
Exactly.
for me, it's like, I just, from the layman and the civilian looking in, I just know you get a house. They pay for a house. A down
It's
payment.
everything.
They pay for a house, and then they pay for an
You
education.
get a housing allowance, you get an education, you get health care,
And those are two
you get
crucial
gym
things.
memberships, you get food, you get work
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
I mean, it is literally
lot.
everything everyone asks
beneficial.
for.
It's
But
beneficial.
no one wants to fucking be told to cut their hair and put a uniform on.
It's beneficial, for sure.
And I think it's a good option, and I think public schools, and I think because recruiting is down, I know we're getting there.
Yeah.
We tangent hard, but I think it's something that needs to come back. It's down. Recruitment's down. It's down hard. And I'm not an advocate for the military as far as like, hoorah, ride or die, forever life. Like, obviously not. But seriously, it is such a good option. And I think if more young people that really felt lost and confused and maybe like shit and that they got a, like not a fair chance at life just went in,
Yeah, dude.
it would really help them out in the long run. Even if you do 4 years, that's a contract. You get like a 20G bonus. You'll get all of your teeth and hair and everything taken care of. And you just got to do 4 years isn't shit.
Yeah, dude. And the teeth and hair, I mean, that's like,
Teeth,
you be
hair,
Hollywood style
you'll come
after
out,
that.
your body will be nice. You'll have I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
no.
And you will also have something on your resume that any company at least $50,000, $60,000 a year entry level will look at you way differently than, unfortunately, just someone that just like has a GED. They'll go, oh, military member, Army, 4 years.
The
And
one
you'll-
thing I think it shows is discipline.
Yeah.
It shows you got some discipline, man.
It
You
also
can
shows
set
that
some
you can-
standards for
yeah.
yourself. You can achieve goals that you set for yourself. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
It's being that type of person over someone that says, man, I couldn't achieve this goal because of A, and then because of B and C all together at the same time.
Yeah.
And then, and the reason because of A and B because was D and E the last week, and
It's called excuses.
Right.
And there's a lot of them in this day and age.
Yeah, I mean, I make them every single day for myself. You know, it's a struggle, but you're conscious, you're aware, and you freaking
All
just
you can
grind,
do
baby.
is just try again tomorrow.
You know what I've kind of started to tell people?
What?
Young people, when they talk to me about how hard life is,
Yeah.
I kind of bluntly, maybe too bluntly, tell them that it doesn't get easier. It's hard. That's how it is. And that's just from my experience, and I'm not even old at all. But hey, you think, you know, there's a part of everybody that doesn't really look forward to the unknown, because you know how hard it can be.
Yeah.
It can be painful, you know, physically, emotionally, mentally.
But
It's going
also
to be hard.
Also, too,
Don't forget about the ups.
Yeah, the ups, but also,
Don't forget.
yeah. Oh, dude, you got to take the good times with the bad times. You got to
Right, the
take the
unknown is
fucking
full of it
down
all.
with yeah, of course. But also, too, you wouldn't want it to be easy and handed to you. You really wouldn't.
No.
You really wouldn't, because there would be no pleasure or joy out of it. There's nothing like the feeling of whatever you do or work for and you do accomplish it, and like it's hard. It should be.
Yeah, I mean, just think about
Accomplishing
someone.
hard things is good for you.
Think about someone who
It's wired in our DNA.
who now can afford to fly private at 45 years old from working hard.
We used to go-
and then think about someone who flies private from 12 years old.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I've always done this. It's,
Yeah, but you can't hold that person like
can't hold them. You
that
can't
12-year-old
hold-
didn't choose.
No.
You don't get to choose who you're born to.
no, but you know it is impacting their perspective.
Is it
on life.
easier for that kid to probably succeed at life that flies at first class at 12 compared to the guy that finally got there? at
Success
60?
is subjective, man.
It is, but again, yeah, there are definitely easier paths and courses and stuff, but you should never compare
Maybe
yourself
financially
to
they have it a bit
others.
easier, right?
But at the end of the day, doing hard shit, no matter what it is really like the
Beneficial.
best thing for a human.
It's good for you.
We used to hunt
how it's
bison
supposed
and
to
then
be.
carry it back 40 miles and give it to our family.
And then wake up and do it
And
again.
now we've become so accustomed to everything being just, for whatever reason we think, just supposed to be easy, that anytime anything is a little bit discomforting or just hard, we're like, oh, yeah. And it's like, nah, dog. You should do hard things.
Don't forget that shit. Don't forget that because it's hard, that's how you grow.
Because it's hard doesn't mean it's bad.
Right. And it might be painful, and it might
And that
be
can
tough.
relate to anything, whether it's lifting weights, working, studying, building a better relationship, quitting smoking,
Everything.
eating better, whatever. Find something that is hard for you to do and just work a little bit at it each day. And just remember that, you know, a grain of sand isn't anything, but over time it turns into a fucking desert.
Yeah.
You know?
Everything is hard, though. Even the things that you love sometimes.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest.
Yeah.
It really, it should be.
Right.
You know, the things you love should be the hardest because you care so much and have so much invested
roots.
into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, the things you don't care about aren't hard because you're just like, oh, fuck it, whatever.
Right.
Soccer team didn't win today. Who gives a fuck?
I didn't even watch that game, man.
I
Shout out
didn't
World Cup
either.
just started. That was today, right? First game was yesterday?
Today I think the first game was yesterday. It was Ecuador versus Qatar. Is that how you say that?
Qatar.
You want to talk about life being hard? How about banning alcohol 2 days after you, like, actually 2 days before the biggest world event in sporting?
So FIFA
when
was,
you
like, gonna
said
get
you
sued.
already were going to fucking have alcohol.
Well, FIFA's going to get sued because of that, right? Because they have
But Wyvern's
partnerships.
going to sue the
right.
fuck out
They
of
had
them.
partnerships.
They had a contract.
Right.
They said, yo, because, you know, you have to bid as a company to say, hey, you know, Bud Light probably said 40 million.
And you have to bid as a country to get
the World
to host
Cup.
those things. Yeah.
So so they got it, and they were like, yeah, we'll serve alcohol.
And now
then
they're
all these
arresting
companies
people.
bid everything.
They're arresting lots of people for their laws.
Yeah, they're not
They're strict laws.
They're not huge on. Again, I don't know where Qatar is in relations to like UAE, but I know when I was in the UAE, we were not allowed to drink off base, and the reason is because in that country, if you are drinking, you're not allowed to be out in public. So if you went to like a hotel, most bars and nightclubs were in hotels because you would get a room at that bar, at that hotel for the night because you would get fucked up in the club and then go to your hotel room. You're not allowed to walk the streets and go to 7-Eleven and get Doritos and be like,
I've heard some countries shame their people for taking shits. They'll actually whip them for it.
yeah, they're like, you're a fucking disgrace and you're a fucking
you're
piece
disgusting.
of shit. I mean, you would show your drunken face out in public like this.
After you poop
How dare
every day,
you
you think you're just
embarrass
gonna
your
walk around?
family, and they'd kill you, and you're like,
You're a disgrace.
Jesus Christ! I mean,
Right.
it's insane. So yeah, fuck you, Qatar. You know, you're pieces of shit. I hope Budweiser sues you for everything you have. And
I
that's
hope
why
they-
you
I
got
hope-
smacked in the first round by Ecuador. Go Ecuador. Did you see what the Ecuadorian fans were chanting?
No.
Queremos cervezas. Queremos cervezas. We want beer. We want beer. I probably don't
Yes.
speak the best Spanish, and that was probably wrong, but I know it was cervezas. The first word was like queremos or quervamos or something.
Sick. That's
But
awesome.
the chants from the crowd was,
I love them for that.
"Queremos cervezas. Queremos cervezas. Queremos."
Sick.
We want beer.
Sick.
Like, dude, 100,000 people
So I'm
chanting.
like wondering how many foreigners from all over the world went to this event, and like, do you think they could like
I don't know how
burn the whole thing down?
Sure.
Like, you know, if everybody there rioted.
Yeah, sure. My thing is, dude, how do you get like all these people from like every country in the world to go to this event? Like, how do you get like 50,000 people from Ecuador to go?
Well,
Does the government pay for
and
that,
now I'm
or
just
these
thinking
are,
about
like,
this,
rich
like
fans?
Like,
Like,
what
I
if
don't
we
know.
like what if we
gotta
got
be
everybody
expensive
from
to
all
go.
over the world to like go to China?
I don't think that would happen, but that'd be tight.
But like, what if it was like, you know, like an internet viral challenge? Hey, we're standing up against the evil Chinese regime.
China's like, hey, Delta Flight F-18, F-19, and F-20 are all those people that are coming here to like stand up to us. Shoot them the fuck down the second they get over China lines.
But I'm saying it wouldn't be just flights. It would be freaking boats. It would be hovercraft. I mean, dude, it would be like it would look like a challenge, because then what would they do? What could they do? Like close the borders?
Get the Chinese army to fucking just
They would, like,
stand
close
on
borders,
line and
right?
shoot anyone coming in. Let's rate Area 51. No one did
Like,
a goddamn thing.
So what if?
Let's go rate a communist
Well, how
country that has
about-
the largest army in the world.
How about this? In the United States, were
Yes.
we like the most democratic, free country in the world?
Sure.
Let's call it that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay.
I'm proud of that.
Dude,
And then let's say
best
we
country
have a
in the
world
world.
party once a year.
A world party.
And you know what that means?
Yeah, it's Coachella.
No, I mean everybody.
Yeah.
Come here.
The whole world.
Every state. All the time. It's a world party. The whole world come here. You think we can fit the whole world here?
How many people in the whole
I mean,
world?
let's just call it 50% of every country.
I mean, the half of this country is like just pretty much mountains. I'm pretty sure everyone get a sleep
Come
bag in
here.
a tent and sleep outside.
dude, all those
You can
people,
fit the whole
all
world
those
in this
people in
country.
Montana,
You can fit this whole world in this country.
dude, all the people out there with the land, dude, set it up, make it better than Firefest.
Do you think the rotation of the Earth would shift because all the weight of the world's in one country?
Dude, what if we had a world party?
It was
And it was like, we're all people, dude, and we party for, it could be like a week, dude.
Dude, I'm finding Putin and being like, we're taking shots. He's like, yes, sir, we take shots and then fight the bear. I'm like, fuck yeah, dog. Dude, that'd be sick.
You know what I'm saying?
You're like, yo, and you put it in the center of the fucking America. You put it like in Kansas.
And it just goes out.
What
from
if we
there.
just took
It just
one
goes
state
out.
in the center of America and we just designated it as the state, like Montana or wherever the fuck the center
Kansas
of the
is
US.
pretty central.
Yeah, but
Let's
I think
say
it's
Kansas.
very populated. I'm thinking of like a more of a state that like has nothing there, like Wyoming.
Okay.
It's not center, but it's like what's in, you know what I'm saying? Like a state like that that's big, doesn't have a lot of people in it. Just the whole world goes to one state for the fucking weekend. You're like, yo,
I
it's
don't think they could fit in the state.
how about region?
You have like the Midwest. It
Yeah.
would be like all of the Midwest.
Southwest, desert, flatland.
Yeah.
Southwest, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Nevada.
I'm telling you, if it's a world party and people are coming to the States, they're going to want to see both coasts. It's going to be the whole country, baby. Every state has to participate. You can come anywhere.
It would be sick
There's like
as
discounted
fuck.
stay, like food, lodging, and shit for all the people
While
that come
everyone's
here.
here, we have our army and our military go raid all the other countries and steal their shit. We're just fucking
They're like, dude,
trolling.
someone broke into my house when I was gone at the world party.
Everyone goes back to Sweden. They're like, all the stuff is missing. All the
Yo,
money
for real.
Hudson makes is gone.
Yo, for real, dude. What would happen? What's wrong with that?
Nothing's
World
wrong
party.
with it. It'd be sick as fuck.
You know how much money it would like revenue?
Said, dude, I think there's something wrong with our education system, but let's have a world party. Just just getting ripped. Who supplies the beer? Budweiser.
Dude, the United States. Because we are that country, baby.
We should be. We should have a world party.
Because, dude, guess what? If you want to come to the World Party and you stay in Oregon, guess what you can do?
Riot.
All the drugs.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Dude, it's a state law. Welcome to the States.
Hey, China, bring some fent.
Dude, if you want the fent, move out there to Oregon.
Maybe the
come to your
World
World
Party-
Party. That's what Washington State and Oregon and California, they're like, if you want openness to do
thought you said
fentanyl, if you want to come here and be accepted for your fentanyl addiction, we will provide you high-class, 100% pure fentanyl in our designated locations.
What if that was the solution to ending all war was to be the country to host the World Party, and then like the whole Garth Brooks thing, like once you invite them in and you say anyone can come and party, no one anymore is like, we hate America.
We don't want to come to the World Party.
Not fun to fuck
Well,
with them
right. So then I
anymore.
was thinking, like, so from the World Cup, like, it's competitive. So it's like fun because we're all like different
yeah, but
countries,
trying to
but like,
prove who's the best.
but we're the best.
We're not in soccer.
No, not at the World
We're
Cup.
gonna get smashed.
100%. We
Yeah.
always do. And so that would be cool.
Yeah, the World Party would end all hate towards America.
Yeah, because
I think they'd be like,
we
oh,
are
actually
upset.
They have a pretty dope party every year, and we just like kind of like or whatever.
Like, dude, you thought we were racist? Not when we asked everybody from every country to come over here.
What if the
like-
whole world became Trump supporters because they came to America and like, this shit fucks?
And you can
Dude,
you can
you
quote
gotta
me
start
on
a
this.
World Party organization.
You can quote me on this.
World
the
Party.
people of the world
Want a party?
will join together before the countries of the world join together.
For sure.
We will be connected. I feel like,
We
to an
already
extent
are.
we already are. We are going to be more connected than any of the economies have ever imagined.
Well, you already hear people say they travel and they're like, they meet people in different
Everybody
countries. They're tight as fuck.
everybody all over the world is awesome.
Hey, you
That's
don't think
literally
the
what it
government
is.
has to spread fear to keep the people in control? Hey,
Literally everybody over the world.
What's
all
the
over
best
the world's
song of all
awesome.
time, dude? We are the world.
We're the children.
We are the people.
We're here to make a better place. So let's start giving.
Dude, fuck yeah. What are you thankful for?
My loved ones around me in my life have loved ones that I love and that love me. It's a pretty cool thing.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Does your family go around at Thanksgiving? Is that one of those traditions and do that?
No, not really. I
There's
don't
some
think so.
people like
some people do.
I've been to some dinners where they're
I honestly
like,
prefer not to be put on the spot at family dinner.
everyone
Like, Jesus
go
Christ,
ahead.
everybody.
Put you on the spot on the podcast for the world to see World Party. They're playing. What if they play this clip with the World Party? And you're like, my loved ones love me, and I love my loved ones.
And everybody's like, we
you
love
can
the
hear the
world.
cheer. By the time the cheers end, you hear them coming back around from the other side of the world.
The whole
It's just-
world. Yeah.
It's like, oh, the East Side just cheered.
If you listen
Sick.
close enough.
It's like, must have been a good tribute. Sick, dude.
What are you grateful for, man?
IHOP. Without them, my brother would never have a job. Hot sauce. Without it, I would never eat food. The World Cup. Without it, I would never watch soccer. Joe Biden. Without him, Alzheimer's wouldn't exist. And the Batgirl movie. Without it, we would have never spent $90 million to unrelease a movie.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thankful for. Today's episode is brought to you by Budweiser. Unfortunately, due to the Qatari government, the people of the world at the World Party right now aren't going to be able to enjoy delicious, fresh Anheuser-Busch.
You don't call it the World Party. It's not exclusively the World Party yet.
The World Cup.
It's the World Cup. It's
But as
shittier
of
than
right
the World
now,
Party.
it's the biggest celebration the world gets together and do.
Yeah, so we got to step it up.
So
on
we're
the
going to
world
step
side.
it up. And Budweiser, we just want you to know, because you reached out to us, because you had a bunch of marketing and advertisement lined up for the World Cup, and now don't get to do it because it was banned. And you want us to like say, hey, what's more American than beer? Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Freedom. Maybe. Yeah.
That goes into every beer.
But that, yeah, goes into every beer by every worker. And everyone that enjoys a fucking cold, crisp Bud. That's the beer of the people. And it's been taken from the people of at the World Cup who just want to enjoy crisp, delicious, golden Anheuser-Busch while they cheer on their country.
The Ecuadorians have already called him out for it.
Everybody is. And they're pissed.
It's absurd.
So head on over to Budweiser.com, go to the store, and you'll be able to purchase the 6-pack of Buds. It's the Qatari edition. It was the beers that were going to be served at the World Cup, but unfortunately aren't going to be, so they're now selling them online, shipped worldwide. You'll be able to get a 6-pack of the beer that was going to be served, but is no longer being served. And if you add a 6-pack to your cart and you use promo code ULTRA, your shipping will go from $120 to $60, because unfortunately all of the beer is in Qatar, and it's going to be some
Hefty shipping fees.
hefty international shipping fees. But you're going to be doing something that isn't just for you, it's for the world. It's liberating beer that's being held as hostage in a country where they're not serving it. And that's just wrong. Especially when the people just wanted to come together and have a drink and watch some sports. So, Budweiser, it's a great beer. It's an American classic.
The horses are huge.
The Clydesdales are fucking amazing. And if you don't know anything about those, look them up. Some great commercials. Some commercials you can look up on YouTube of the old Budweiser commercials. I think they still do them.
You can also look up the biggest horse of all time. It was like 1,000 pounds or something like that.
Was it one of those Clydesdales?
Pretty sure.
With the white hose, like the fur?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, head over to Budweiser.com. It's a great beer. I like a Budweiser. I know you like a Budweiser.
People call them pork chops sometimes.
The pork chops and a king, but what's the logo? What's the slogan of the Buds?
King of beers.
King of beers, baby. And there's only one king. Budweiser.com. Shop. Add a 6-pack of the Qatari beer that's being held prison in the country. Use promo code ULTRA. $120 shipping will go to $60 shipping. Happy Thanksgiving, friends. We'll see you next time.
Free the bud.
UltraWisdom.